It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinions than our own. Marcus Aurelius. Have you ever found yourself trapped in a web of overthinking, worrying about what someone else might think of you? Maybe it's a coworker, friend, or even a complete stranger scrolling through your social media feed. You're not alone. It's a struggle almost everyone faces. But what if I told you that 2,000 years ago, ancient Stoic philosophers were already dishing out some hardcore advice on how to stop giving a hoot? Yep, we're going Stoic today. Introduce the topic. We live in a world where we're constantly bombarded by opinions, like non-stop pop-ups on a sketchy website. It's exhausting, right? But why do we care so much? Why do we let these opinions affect us more than they should? Well, today, we're going to explore how you can break free from the anxiety of others' opinions using the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy. Spoiler alert, it involves caring a lot less in a good way. State the goal. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools to confidently walk through life like a modern-day Marcus Aurelius or Epictetus, immune to the noise around you. We'll cover some powerful Stoic principles like the dichotomy of control and share some practical tips on how to apply them in your everyday life. And trust me, it's going to feel like a breath of fresh air, like finally deleting those junk emails you've been hoarding for years. So if you're tired of overthinking, feeling judged, or constantly second-guessing yourself, stick around. Time to stop caring what people think. The Stoic way. Let's start with a hard truth. Human beings are social animals. Our ancestors survived by sticking together, forming tribes, and, yes, caring what others thought. If you did something that upset the group, you'd risk being kicked out of the tribe. Pretty much a death sentence back in the day. Today, while nobody's going to exile you to the wilderness for wearing Crocs in public, that ancient wiring in our brains still makes us crave acceptance and validation. But here's where it gets tricky. This need for approval often turns into anxiety. Studies have shown that social rejection activates the same regions in the brain as physical pain. Yep, your brain reacts to a bad comment on Instagram almost like it reacts to stubbing your toe on the corner of a coffee table. No wonder we try so hard to avoid criticism. The negative impact of this mindset. When we care too much about what others think, we hand over the keys to our peace of mind and self-worth. Suddenly, you're not living for yourself. You're living for everyone else's opinions. Result: anxiety, stress, overthinking, and a total lack of authenticity. You end up like that person who tries to be everything to everyone, and as the saying goes, you become nothing to yourself. Here's a little joke for you. Why don't Stoics attend popularity contests? Because they know the only opinion that matters is their own. Okay, maybe that one is a bit niche, but you get the point. Enter Stoicism, stage left. Stoic philosophers like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius were like the OG therapists. They didn't just tell us to stop caring, they showed us how. Stoicism teaches that the root of our anxiety lies in our own judgments and perceptions, not in the actual events or opinions themselves. As Epictetus famously said, it's not what happens to you but how you react to it that matters. By shifting our focus inward and realizing that we can only control our thoughts, actions, and attitudes, we can start to break free from the prison of others' opinions. In the next section, we'll dive deeper into these core Stoic principles that will help you build an ironclad mindset. Spoiler, it's about to get very real, very fast. To stop caring about what others think, we need to rewire our mindset. Stoicism provides a roadmap for doing just that by focusing on 3 core principles that have stood the test of time. Let's unpack these powerful ideas and see how they can help you stop being a prisoner to the opinions of others. 1. The dichotomy of control. Focus on what you can control. Epictetus, one of the most prominent Stoic philosophers, laid down one of the most important rules in Stoicism: the dichotomy of control. It's pretty straightforward. There are things you can control and things you can't. Your thoughts, actions, and attitudes? That's all you, my friend. The weather, stock market crashes, or your aunt's unsolicited advice on your career choices? Not so much. Imagine you're at a party and you spill a drink on yourself. You might be thinking, great, now everyone thinks I'm a klutz. But according to Stoicism, here's the deal. You can't control what others think. You can only control your response. Laugh it off, clean up, and carry on. Why let a situation that's out of your control ruin your evening? As Epictetus put it, we suffer not from the events in our lives, but from our judgment about them. When you focus on what you can control, your reaction, you take back your power. Let go of the rest. It's not your concern. 2. Living according to nature. Be true to your... Next up is Marcus Aurelius, who preached about living according to nature. No, we're not talking about going vegan or hugging trees, unless that's your thing. Living according to nature means aligning with your true self, your values, and your purpose, rather than bending over backward to meet society's expectations. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good person should be. Be one." In other words, stop worrying about how others define you. Define yourself by your actions and values. If you're constantly chasing others' approval, you'll always be running in circles. But if you stay true to your nature, their opinions lose their grip on you. Here's a quick exercise. Next time you feel judged, ask yourself, is this aligned with my values? The answer is yes, then keep moving forward. If not, it's time to rethink who you're living for, yourself or everyone else. 3. Memento mori. Remember you will die. Okay, this one sounds a bit dark, but stick with me. Memento mori means remember you will die. Stoics were obsessed with this idea, not to be morbid, but to remind themselves of life's brevity. When you keep in mind that your time is limited, spending it worrying about someone's opinion feels like a colossal waste. Seneca, another great Stoic thinker, said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Think about how much time you've wasted stressing over what someone else thinks. Now, imagine redirecting that energy towards doing what you love or become. Now that we've covered the Stoic principles, let's talk action. The Stoics were all about practical exercises to strengthen the mind. Here are 4 powerful Stoic practices to help you stop caring about what others think and start living authentically. 1. Negative visualization. Face the worst-case scenario. Premeditatio malorum, negative visualization, is about imagining the worst that could happen. Picture yourself speaking up in a meeting and being ignored, or posting something online and getting negative comments. Then ask, what's the worst that could happen? Often, the fear is worse than the reality. As Seneca said, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. When you face your fears head-on, they lose their power over you. Start each day by visualizing a scenario where you might be judged and imagine yourself calmly handling it. You'll find most scenarios aren't as terrifying as they seem. 2. Self-reflection. Journal, like Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius used journaling to reflect on his thoughts and actions daily. This exercise helps you analyze why certain opinions affect you. Ask yourself, why did this bother me? And was this within my control? Journaling builds self-awareness, helping you understand what truly matters to you. Epictetus said, know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly. Reflecting daily helps you know yourself better and react less to external judgment. 3. Mindfulness and present moment awareness. Stay in the now. A lot of anxiety comes from replaying past judgments or imagining future criticism. The Stoics teach us to focus on the present. Marcus Aurelius wrote, confine yourself to the present. When you're fully in the moment, there's no room for overthinking. Next time you worry about someone's opinion, pause and take a deep breath. Ask yourself, what am I doing right now? Focus on the present task and notice how your anxiety diminishes. 4. Practice voluntary discomfort. Build mental resilience. The Stoics believed in facing discomfort to toughen the mind. It could be as simple as taking a cold shower, wearing something outside your comfort zone, or speaking up in a situation where you'd normally stay silent. Epictetus said, difficulties are things that show a person what they are. By facing small, voluntary discomforts, you build resilience against the fear of judgment. You learn to handle discomfort, making negative opinions lose their grip on you. Bringing it all together, these exercises, negative visualization, self-reflection, mindfulness, and voluntary discomfort are simple but powerful ways to detach from others' opinions. They help shift your focus inward where true control lies. Next, we'll see how to apply these principles in real-life social situations and use Stoic wisdom to turn criticism into growth opportunities. Remember, the goal is to live for yourself, not for the approval of others. Let's apply Stoic principles to real-life social interactions. The key is reframing how we view others' opinions. Stoicism teaches us that we can't control what people think, but we can control our response. First, remember that opinions are not facts. They're reflections of a person's experiences and biases. When someone criticizes you, recognize it often says more about them than it does about you. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Understanding this helps you detach emotionally. Next, view criticism as a chance to learn. Instead of fearing judgment, ask, is there something valuable in this feedback? If so, use it for growth. If not, let it go. Epictetus advised not to take criticism personally, but to see it as an opportunity to improve or practice patience. Practice empathy in your responses. Instead of reacting defensively, try to understand the other person's perspective. This doesn't mean you accept all criticism, but recognize it's their viewpoint shaped by their experiences. Respond calmly and assertively to expressing boundaries without anger, setting a clear precedent for how you expect to be treated. Finally, accept that not everyone will understand or like you. And that's okay. You're not defined by others' opinions. By aligning with your values and acting with integrity, the noise of judgment loses its grip. As Epictetus said, some things are up to us, and some things are not. Focus on what you can control, your actions and reactions. This mindset will help you navigate social interactions with wisdom and resilience, turning criticism into growth and deeper self-understanding. Stoicism offers powerful tools to help us break free from the prison of others' opinions. By focusing on what we can control, embracing who we truly are, and reframing how we view criticism, can build an inner fortress of peace and confidence. Remember, the Stoics teach that the only opinion that truly matters is your own, aligned with your values and guided by wisdom. So stop living for the approval of others and start living for yourself. As Marcus Aurelius put it, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Make those thoughts count.